Indian Wells is underway, so I thought I'd go through my draw, explain some of my picks, and note some dark horses, upset alerts, and popcorn matches. There's gonna be some awful pronunciations today. First up, Poprin vs Maciak. The 21-year-old Czech came through qualifiers to get to the second round of the Australian Open earlier this year, losing in 4 to Cressy. Meanwhile, Poprin has not done well at all recently, a lot of first round losses. Krajinovic, McDonald, Wolf over Gaston? I remember Wolf from the US Open of 2020. He hasn't done much since, I don't think, but that being said, Acapulco he beat the likes of Seppi, Anderson and Sonego. Not huge players, but tough challenges. Fognini, Brooksby and Sock. Korda vs Kokkinakis. Korda did beat him at Delray Beach. This could go either way for me, but I'll take Korda. Both of their best surfaces are clay. I'll take Cuevas. Coria I don't think has played much on hard courts. Coric is back. He's not played for just over a year now, out with a shoulder injury. Fokina hasn't really done anything outside of an Evans win in Doha, so this could be close. Kwon, Rindiknesh. Good to see Kyrgios back. Neither Rune or Humbert have done anything this season. Humbert not since the Olympics. Either one, neither likes anything too slow. Laxanon, Kecmanovic, just gonna skip saying his name, Munar, Maifshak. I noticed Ivashka quite early in his rise, but he's dropped off recently. I still have faith though. Pair hasn't been beyond the first round of Indian Wells since 2016. Wow, yeah, poor results all round. We'll take Manarino, Altmaier, Gasquet. Murray versus Taro Daniel again. Hopefully it's closer to his last meeting than what happened at the Australian Open. Goffin just isn't the same player anymore. Okay, back to the top. Medvedev, of course. Monfils, Alcaraz, RBA? I reckon Wolf could do some damage actually. Fognini won the only meeting versus Basilashvili, but I trust the Georgian more. I'll stick with Khachanov, but this could be interesting also. Tsitsipas, Nadal, Evans and Opelka all through. Let's skip ahead to Kyrgios. Kyrgios' draw is really good, but that's not always a good thing. Quarters is possible though. I'll be interested to see Ruud on this surface. Of course, he's a fantastic clay courter, won a bunch of titles, and despite what people say, he has shown some great hardcourt tennis also, and Indian Wells is very slow. Gasquet hasn't played Indian Wells since 2016 apparently. With Djokovic out, Murray, I feel I say this with every tournament he's in, but Murray's got a really good opportunity here. Daniel first round, Bublik who he beat not long ago second, potentially Dimitrov who's not exactly been at the top of the game the last few years himself. This would be their first meeting in 6 years, and then I'll put Isner next, who he is never lost to. Medvedev and Monfils have only played twice, but not since 2019. RBA prefers faster surfaces, and Indian Wells could possibly be his worst Masters? Norrie won Delray Beach, made the final of Acapulco, beating Korda, Opelka, Isner, Tsitsipas. It's a redo of last year's final, and I have to take the eventual champion again, Norrie. Tsitsipas I think could do quite well here. Any big servers he may come across won't be able to abuse his lackluster return. It's been 3 years since the Kyrgios chair throwing incident and the beginning of the Ruud beef. I have Nick winning, but Ruud has been so good at all Masters events. He failed to reach the quarters at just Indian Wells last year. Meanwhile, Fritz's best result at a Masters was Indian Wells last year. Schwartzman isn't great against big servers. 2-5 versus Isner, Opelka, Anderson and Karlovic all together. This section is very open. Absolutely anyone could get through. Murray, Isner, Schwartzman, Dimitrov, Bublik and even Ruusuvuori. Now, Medvedev and Alcaraz have played once at Wimbledon if I'm not mistaken. I do think this is a bad matchup for the Spaniard, but again, it is slow, and Alcaraz has the firepower, Medvedev doesn't. Will it be enough, or will Medvedev just get everything back and frustrate Alcaraz? I'm not sure. Norrie beat Tsitsipas in Acapulco, and Tsitsipas hasn't been himself. I haven't really had much faith in him since the French Open final, but it's different conditions. I'll take the Greek. Sinner and Kyrgios. I can't wait for that. I hope that happens. Again, I'm going big on Kyrgios. There's been so many times when I've thought he's turned a corner, and I think I've come to accept who he is. But now a Grand Slam champ, I think he's happier. I think, despite saying he's never felt the pressure to succeed, I think it's taken some pressure off his shoulders. Yes, it's doubles, not singles, but that what if isn't so poignant. Zverev hasn't had an easy time against Fritz, and with everything that's going on, I'm backing the American. I'm not liking Rublev for this tournament though, but he seemed to have found that title grinding engine once more. That makes our quarterfinals Medvedev Tsitsipas, Nadal Kyrgios, FAA Fritz, and Rublev Murray. Tsitsipas I think will get his revenge. It seems the Russian serve has been such a huge factor in their matches, and it's just not going to be as effective as usual here. I think this is where Kyrgios's run ends. Rafa just looks so elated to be back out on court. This is his best ever start to a season, the first time he's won 3 titles in a row since 2017, Monte Carlo, Barcelona and Madrid. I don't know who will stop him. I'm also really liking FAA this year. It's not ideal conditions for him. I think he'll struggle shortening points, but if he can stay patient and wait for those opportunities, he's simply a much better player than Fritz. And finally, Rublev Murray. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Murray, even for Rublev, this is going to be hard to hit through. It's a controversial pick, I know. I can just as easily see him going out in the first or second round. Consistency is his problem, but everyone here is so very beatable for him. Right, Rafa beats Tsitsipas no problem, and FAA over Murray, with Rafa lifting the trophy for the first time since 2013. Like I said, I don't know who can beat Rafa, unless he gives a truly awful performance, or perhaps retires not wanting to push himself too much before the clay. Some dark horses then, an unranked player who could do well. Of course, Murray, Kyrgios, I'll put Humbert there also. On upset alert, a seeded player who could go out early, RBA, I think Wolf could do something there. Delbonis faces Kyrgios, Alex de Minaur and Bublik. Popcorn matches then, early on we could get Hashnov Brooksby, Sok Tsitsipas and of course Bublik Murray. If you would like to see my full draw in detail, including my women's picks, join my group at tennisdrawchallenge.com. There's a link in the description.